Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. The river running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done, that's what I mean. And this old world is a new world and a bold world for me. For me.
That was a bit dodgy.
Yeah, especially because we have a thatched roof.
There's a hole right through here that I've just knocked through. And outside is thatch. All the sparks are hitting the thatch. And I didn't really enjoy that very much, but anyway, it's through. Look, is that not too hot? There was a steel strengthening bar running right through my hole. So the hole is there because we're putting a pole from that through from there right the way. These are poles. Can you see up there? Those are poles. But we want a pole because what we're going to do, we're going to put a ceiling across this kitchen, making another room upstairs. We're going to run a pole from this right the way through to the other side of the house, which has got another hole. It's 8 meters, quite a big pole. There is already one in further over, holding the bedroom floor up. So what we're trying to do, we're making the bedroom twice as big as it is now. And it's quite a big job. But anyway, that's successful. Knocking the hole through was pretty awful because it's solid concrete I think this house isn't that old, maybe you built in the 80s or something, because there's a lot of concrete in it.
You need to go back up there though, dear, because you need to fill in the hole.
Oh, I better do that.
So that we don't have any visits from our local
the monkey population.
Monkey tribe that love to raid.
You should have seen it earlier. It's like a zoo back to front, this place, because we've got bars on the outside, the monkeys are looking in, and we're on the inside. It's a reverse zoo. That there will keep the monkeys out for the time being. Meanwhile, I've been working on this peninsula unit. We're going to take all the granite off here and we're going to replace it with white marble. It's a bit more up to date. This is an old sideboard that I found, and we've painted it white, rubbed it through. It's going to get black handles, and I'm building it in.
Well, you didn't find it. It was here when we...
Well, we found it under the stairs.
Yeah, when we moved.
So now we've filled in. We're going to put a slab of marble on the top of that and make a peninsula unit, island unit, whatever you want to call it. I'm just in the process, in between all the other things, of painting this white.
Well, you built the back. You put all the woodwork in the back, and you've made a special little storage cupboard.
Well, Michelle insisted that she wanted, I was going to just blank it in because that's easy, but she insisted that she wanted a cupboard. And I'm not very good at cupboards, but anyway, there we are. It's a hidden cupboard, and you don't know it's there.
And it has a plug inside.
And the plug inside, we're going to do some lighting all around the peninsula unit. But you'll have to wait to see what it looks like. Right now, I'm going to carry on with my painting. The job went quite well, really. It looked nice on the day.
It will. I can't wait. I'm very excited.
Well, you do get excited. You just want it finished so that you can pose around, look beautiful, wear your high heel shoes, and play super...
Domestic goddess.
Goddess. Super goddess. Well, there we are. Meanwhile, I'm just the worker.
Goodbye.
Preparing to be a playboy still. At 81 years old now, nearly. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Nice to see you. Oh, good morning. Another day. Today we're inside. I'm in the kitchen, and although the kitchen cabinets are all very, very nice, they're too nice for me. And what we like is a little bit more rustic. And we do tend to do everything. I know we tend to do everything white, but we like white. So what we're doing right now, I'm taking all these kitchen, that's what it looks like at the moment. That's before we start. So I take all the door furniture off. This is stainless steel and it's beautiful quality, but we want to have a satin black finish. So they're going to go to the garage and they're going to be done in satin black. So if you follow me over here, that's now ready for me to paint. Well, it isn't. I've got to rub it down first. So we're over here. Don't go too far away because I just want to show you over here, as they used to say on British television, this is what I did before. So all we've done now is I've rubbed all those down and I've given them one coat of primer. They're going to have another coat of primer, and then we'll get on to the matte finish satin, and then I'll rub through. When it's finished, you'll see what we're up to. So now I've got a little conveyor belt almost of what I'm doing. I start off with this machine, which is an orbital sander. Well, these are going to come out, but I'll come back to that. So I do use this orbital sander, Oh, it's already plugged in. Is it switched on? It is switched on. So we're going to sand there just quickly, as in, it's very good, very quick. You don't have to do an awful lot of it because you just need to take the shine off. Then I move over to this machine, which is a little, I think they call them an iron, like an iron. And that will go then into the corners, because we can't get into corners with the round machine. We're going to do the sides. I'm only going to paint the front. I never paint the back because once it's inside, it's a good clean finish. Right, so I'm going to get on with that. And then you can see, maybe I'll put the camera on a tripod and I'll just work away. And maybe put it on fast motion, just so you see what happens. And then we'll get on to the next stage. I know I jumped from pillar to post. We were working on the decking, but what happens is the decking people ran out of decking, so we couldn't finish it. And when we're always in trouble, because if, say, our people haven't got any wood, we haven't got any money, there's always something to stop us. But anyway, slowly we get in there, and one of these days you'll see it finished, and it will be beautiful. So if we put that on the tripod, you can watch me for 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you. I'll actually explain to you that what I'm doing right now. I don't want paint all over the back and I hate rubbing it all off, so this is the back of the door. So I just use only a little bit of masking tape and I cut the corners with my Stanley knife. I do this first before I start on the other side, so it takes a minute. I'll have to go today and buy some more masking tape. So, once I take this off, I can slap away with the paint without it going all over the back. Okay, so that's that job done. Now, I'll just put the camera onto fast forward because this is noisy, boring, but you'll just see quickly what I do. So, that's it. That's only the first coat. takes me, I time myself, takes 12 minutes to take the door off, to rub it down, to put the tape on, to put the first coat on, 12 minutes. So it's not like a big, and it doesn't look like a good job. Who cares? We just slap the paint on. Once it's on, once we get around to rubbing it down later, of course, we'll make it look very nice. But just for the moment, that's that one done. And now, I'm going to pop it over with all the others I've done so far. And then get on with the next one. I've just set up my little production line over here. And that's it. And now we'll go and get another one. Oh, I'm falling over. Must be the old age. Ha! I'm going to do another one. Goodbye. Right, that's the top cupboard's all taken off now. Oh, that's got a different slot. We'll have a different screwdriver for that one. Maybe that one. Just taking the handles off. As I said before, I'm going to spray them all satin black down in the garage. The stainless steel's okay, but we're very into black and white, so that's another day's job. If you've got a moment, you see, oh, you probably can't see, but I've done all these, and they've gone dusty now, but I've done all, very dusty, but I just like the look. They look quite nice. So now, I'm going to go, and I'm going to do another one. Quite monotonous, there's 20 of them to do with the drawers. So back, number 2, on with the tape. Good morning, another day begins. Here we are again, we're back in the kitchen. You probably saw that I was rubbing these down. They were perfectly okay, but we're into white. So this has had 2 coats of primer at the moment, and all the kitchen units, the parts I'm going to paint, have also had 2 coats of primer. Now I'm going to put on the satin oil-based, I call it gloss. And then when all that's done, I can then rub it down, make it look pretty, put the handles on again, and away we go. So I'm going to start painting now. This can be done later. I'll leave it there for now. And away we go. It's slightly more cream than the base, but looks okay. It'll be fine on the day. I've masked off the bits I don't want to get paint on. I think I might have to give it 2 coats of gloss because it doesn't look like it's covering 100%, and we want perfection. We always want perfection. And if I don't, Michelle does. So I would be in trouble if I didn't do it properly. But then again, I'm always in trouble. So this is going to take me a while. I'll plod on. We'll see how it looks. Maybe it will be okay with just one coat of this. We'll see.
I'm a hard-working man. I wear a steel hard hat. I can ride rope, a hammer.
Good morning. Back on the kitchen units again. So this is the back of one of the doors. Perfectly okay, but we're not into this woody look anymore. We're very into white, and we also like the antique look. So this has had 3 coats of paint, and now I'm in the process of sanding it down and trying to age it a bit. And then when I've done that, we've got antique wax. We put the antique wax on. You'll see when I show you in a minute what happens. And then when that's all done, we can then hang them back up. I've already done most of them, so I'll show you those later. Then all the fittings, the door handles, were all stainless steel. So I'm taking them down to the garage and I'm going to do them all satin black, put them back on, and they look fine now, but we're into black and white. So when I've done all that, I'll show you what a kitchen looks like. And once again, I'm painting the tiles because we don't have any money. So we're going to paint the tiles on the wall in the kitchen. There's no wear on them, and see what it all looks like. If it doesn't look right, I'll do it all again, but I think it should be okay. So I'm going to put the camera on a tripod, and then you can just watch me sanding away, waxing away, and see how it goes. Thank you. Quick hoover up. And now for the wax. It's an antique wax. We put it on with wire wool or steel wool if you wish, and rub it in. This gives it a bit of age. Somehow they don't look too good until you get the handles on and all that together and everything else in the kitchen done, and then it's the look. I think it'll be okay on the day, if the day ever comes. We're living in a flat at the moment, underneath the house, and we're very comfy. So it's now June the 13th, and we're hoping that we'll be on top of this job by Christmas and living here in luxury, our wonderful home. Then we can start thinking about a bit of adventure. Michelle's dream, and it's the same with me. We've never been to Italy. I've been to everywhere you can think of, and the most beautiful country probably in the world is Italy. Neither of us have ever been. So, bucket list. We're off to Italy next. But first, I've got a lot of work. They say work never killed you. I've lost 15 kilos doing this so far, and I feel fit for an old dear. So it's good for you. Work is good for you. Nearly round. It's a bit like Karate Kid, this. On, and then we use the wire one with no wax to take it off again. I think I've been round now. So I quickly vacuum, sorry about the noise, get rid of the wax that's lying around. It just clogs up the wire. Then we get a nice clean piece, that'll do, and rub it all off again. Doesn't look much at the moment, but we'll get there on the day. Not keen on this particular door. I think I might try some brand new wire wool. Just looks not very nice. Let's just try some new. Also gives it a bit of a sheen. Somehow, I'm not enjoying this door. I don't know why. Maybe it's not got enough paint. I don't know. Not a lot of fun. Very boring. Take the tape off, put the tape on to protect the back from getting painted. Okay, this was door number 6. You know that by now. Always number the doors. You give yourself a nightmare if you don't. Now I'll just clean up the edge. And that is job done-ish. I don't know. Might even do it again. But we'll see. Somehow makes a difference when they're all on. Well, we'll take it over and have a look, see what it looks like on. Thank you. Job done. You know what? You can't beat these foam rollers. I think they're amazing. I go in the cracks with the paintbrush to get right in, and then I use this. And the paint I'm using is a super expensive primer. You can actually paint glass with it. It's so good. So I'm giving it 2 coats of that. These were like horrible, maybe you've seen it on a previous day, a horrible sort of mustard colour, and we're not into mustard. As we've said before, we're very into white. I've now finished doing the cabinets, as you can see. I painted them, they were brown. I painted them white, rubbed them through, waxed them. And I don't know whether I remember me saying, just stay there, don't you just keep looking. But if you remember, these handles were on. and they're very nice, but we decided we were going to paint them. So I took them down to the garage. I've sprayed them all matte black, and it's my cup of tea, our cup of tea. So now, again, because of money, we've not re-tiling, and it saves a lot of messing. I did the bathroom painting, the tiles, and it works out very, very well. So we've decided we're going to paint these tiles in the kitchen. There's a few we'll have to put on over there, but generally speaking, these are working out very well. So we're going to give it two coats of this, and then we're going to put a semi-gloss paint on top of it, and I think that might just work. This part, which is darker here, we don't know yet, but we're going to try painting it with a pale grey just to see if it looks better. If it doesn't, we'll do it again. So on we go, forward. This is going, of course, we're going to put white marble because it keeps in with all our look. The whole thing is coming together very, very well. We're very happy. So with that, I'll carry on.
So initially we painted the kitchen tiles all white, but before we painted them white, they had a border across where you can see the grey that went round the whole kitchen. So I said to Mike, I'm not sure if it'll work, but I don't actually like the look of it all white. It didn't quite somehow seem right, but I could be wrong. So what we've done is we've painted the strip grey, and then once the paint is dry, we are then going to rub it through, and so very, very lightly, so that the white will come through the grey. So we'll just have to wait and see. Perhaps I won't like that either, and then we'll have to just go back to plain white. Let's see.
Good morning. I just thought I'd like to show off a little bit today. So I would like to draw your attention to what we've been up to. If you recall, all these units were brown. I painted them white, and then I waxed them, and then and rubbed through, of course. I've also mentioned these black handles, which used to be stainless steel. I took them down to the garage, as I already told you I would do. Now they're on, so I'm very pleased with that. Down here, we painted the tiles. We painted them first all white, then Michelle said, well, I'm not too keen on that band being white. So we tried a grey, and then very gently rubbed through to get through to the white, and we quite like the effect. And lastly, of course, back to this granite top. We don't like it. We're not into brown, so we're going to go for marble. And I think once that's done in marble, with this, I think we've achieved the goal that we wanted to achieve. So with that, I think I'm going to have a cup of tea.